Today we're going to talk about the Trackimo, a GPS receiver which has also got a GSM technology, SIM card and everything built in there that allows it to transmit back to Trackimo the location of this device. And Trackimo sent me this, so full disclosure, this has been sent to me to review, but I'm not being paid. So inside the box you get all the extra gizmos and little adapters, little extra plates to mount them on magnetic places or sticky pads. You get two backs, one with a clip that allows you to clip it to, like a dog collar or a coat or something like that, and one with a Velcro back that allows you to use the other accessories. Now they've also included for this test a fabric strap that allows you to strap this device to a drone. And this is the reason why I've been sent this, to strap it to a drone and see how easy this is to locate a lost drone. It comes with a little strap, lanyard strap as well, so you can put it on a person or whatever. A great little rubber sort of protective case as well, so it goes in there quite easily and basically covers it to give it a bit more waterproofing. You get a little guide which seems thick, but that's because it's got probably about a page and a half of every language out there. And then the other one is some product information, important safety and things like that. Some tips on that one. Now the product itself, you buy this. There are several different versions. They've sent me the basic version, which is just the standard Trackimo, and the beauty about this is it's actually got a SIM card inside it. Now the SIM card is prepaid for 12 months when you buy it, so it's all included in the price. So it works on any network and anywhere in the world. If I compare it against an Apple Watch, that's probably a good comparison. So you've got the Apple Watch and you've got the Trackimo next to it. So it's about the size, just a bit bigger as an Apple Watch. And if you can see side by side, it's just a bit thicker than an Apple Watch. So you have three buttons on the front, a left and a right arrow button, which you can set to be programmable to different functions. And if someone presses the SOS button, then you start to get a beep, so that obviously you get alerted to that. And then you obviously go through the app and you can then see on the app where this is. And also on the website you can see where it is. You can get information if someone's pressed the SO button or the SOS button or the left and right arrows. And also you can see the history, so as well as where it is, you can see history. And according to the website, the history is kept forever. So you can go back to see where this was yesterday, in the last hour, in the last week, in the last year. Whatever, you can always see where this has been. And there's a refresh rate as well that you can set on there, between 1 minute and like 1 day. So it depends on how frequently you think this is going to move, how accurate you want its location to be sort of kept. So you can track this as frequently or infrequently as you want. And for a drone, I've gone for the frequent, so I've set it to 1 minute. So every 1 minute it needs to ping its location back to Trackimo and basically chart that on a map, so I can then go and track where it is. And using a mobile app, which you get for free, you can then sort of go back and find out where your drone is, where you've lost it. Now in testing with this, I've found it not to be very accurate whatsoever. In fact, most of the tests I've done, for the first 3 days, I couldn't find it to track me at all. In fact, when I put this in the window ledge of my house, where I can put any other GPS device I've got and it'll find it within a minute or so, it never finds it. If I put it outside my office window, or if I put it in the garden, it does track it then. It tracks it fairly quickly, within 5 minutes, and then it's quite accurate. But if I put this in my back pocket and walk around my garden, it loses me again, and I'm like a third of a mile away in a field or something like that, or at a school nowhere nearby or something like that. It's just very inaccurate, unfortunately. I went round our local park just to test it. I went walking my dog, 15 minutes walk, and see on 1 minute how frequently it tracked me. It didn't track me at all. And the weird thing is, it kept saying I was over in a field or near a school or things like that every alternate 15 minutes. It didn't track that either. So supposing I had run across to a field and stayed there for an hour and run back to the school and stayed there, it didn't show that on the historical tracking information whatsoever. So I figured, well, it's obviously got a really crappy GPS receiver in there or something like that. So I walked around the park and I clipped this to my cap. So I walked around the park with this on my head for 15 minutes from my house to the park and back. Fortunately, it did start to track me. Not that I want to walk around with a GPS receiver on my head every day, but at least that seemed to work. Apart from when you got under trees, and as you can see from my local park, it's got a lot of trees in there. So as you can see from the historical tracking information I'll show now on screen, it doesn't pick up a lot of movement. There's like 10 waypoints here in 15 minutes, so I'm guessing that 5 of them couldn't actually detect because this couldn't get a signal, or the GPS signal wasn't available or whatever, and therefore it just didn't do anything. It just didn't even report back. Apparently when the GPS signal can't be obtained, it uses triangulation from the mobile network, which is fantastic, apart from the fact that that doesn't seem to work very well either. This, even when you're out in the middle of the open with your head like that, its accuracy is probably 20 feet at its best, and maybe 100 feet, 50 to 100 feet as an average. Battery wise, on a minute's polling kind of updating, I'm getting roughly around about a day and a half out of this, so let's call it 30 hours or so. If you were to obviously reduce that down to less polling, so the less time this is transmitting data back to Trackimo, I'm guessing you're going to get more, maybe a couple of days, 2-3 days. So like I say, after a few days of testing on this and all sorts of problems, my real thought, my gut feeling is that I won't be using this. Now what I've done in the past with some of my older drones, this is a tiny little mobile phone. Yes, it's a fully working Android mobile phone. It's actually got 2 SIM cards in it as well. So if you do have this strapped to your drone and you want to locate it, you can phone either number, at least you can hear it then. But also at least there's 2 ways of tracking it then. If one signal's lost, there's another phone SIM and you can kind of track it through that one. More than likely, if you're in a rural location, at least one phone provider's got good coverage in that area, so at least that'll work that way. Weight wise, this is very lightweight, so this mobile phone thing weighs twice as much as this one. But like I say, at least this one you can ring it and you can do other few functions on there. With Android on there, it allows tracking apps to work in the background as well. Thanks for Trackimo to sending me this one. Sorry the review might not be as positive as you want it to be, but this is an honest review and these are my honest findings. I'll put a link to this down in the description below so you can go check it out for yourself. And I'll also link to this as well. Thanks very much for watching my video. I really appreciate it. Please do hit that thumbs up button if you did like it, and the other one works as well, whatever. And hit the subscribe button please if you've not already done so. Subscription numbers are skyrocketing at the moment, so thanks very much for all of you out there that are now following me and watching my videos. I really do appreciate that. Thank you so much. So catch you soon, take care, bye for now.